Ever had one of those job interviews that just felt, I don't know, kind of off?
Yeah, can't say I'm a stranger to those. You
Right.
spend half the time wondering if they even read your resume, right?
Right. Well, imagine this. You're a developer, super excited about this awesome job posting. You ace the initial screening. They send over a coding challenge. Seems legit, part of the process. Except it's not. What you're actually downloading is malware.
Ouch. Talk about your nightmare interview.
No kidding. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. A campaign cybersecurity researchers are calling contagious interview. And get this, the attackers are suspected to be North Korean.
And they're not just going after any job seekers. This is specifically targeting tech professionals, which, as we know, are often prime targets for this kind of thing.
Right, because think about the kind of access tech workers have. Code bases, customer data, internal systems, you name it.
Exactly. High-value targets. So to understand how this whole thing works, we're looking at analysis from Unit 42, they're a cybersecurity firm, and some additional research from Patrick Worrell and Group IB.
So let's break it down. This contagious interview, it's not just your run-of-the-mill phishing scam, right?
Oh, no, this is way more sophisticated. We're talking a multi-stage malware attack specifically designed to slip past your defenses.
Multi-stage, meaning there's more than one piece of malicious code involved.
You got it. The first stage, the initial lure, is a piece of malware dubbed Beveltail. And this is where it gets interesting. It's designed to work on both Windows and Mac operating systems.
Okay, hold on. That's unusual already. Most malware is platform-specific, right? Whether targeting Windows or Mac OS, not both.
Exactly. And that right there tells you these attackers know their stuff. It's a sign of their skill. They're using something called the QT framework to build their malware, which allows them to target both operating systems with essentially the same code base. Very efficient.
So they're using this Beavertail malware, disguised as a coding challenge or some other work task, to get a foot in the door. Then what? What happens once it's on your system?
That's where stage 2 comes in Invisible Ferret. This one's a backdoor, and it's deployed after Beavertail has already infected the system. Gives the attackers persistent access, basically letting them remotely control the victim's computer without their knowledge.
And they're using this access to go after what exactly?
Well, Unit 42 found that Beavertail specifically targets browser passwords. And get this, cryptocurrency wallets.
Cryptocurrency, huh? Not surprising, given all the headlines about ransomware and crypto heists these days.
Yeah, it's a big moneymaker, and it's notoriously hard to trace, which makes it attractive to cybercriminals. And it aligns with what we know about North Korea's history of using cybercrime to fund its regime. Remember the Sony Pictures hack back in 2014?
Right, and then more recently, all the attacks targeting cryptocurrency exchanges.
Exactly. So this focus on financial gain, combined with the technical sophistication of the malware and the targeting of tech workers, it all adds up.
It's kind of terrifying how convincing this contagious interview campaign seems. They're not just sending out generic phishing emails, they're creating fake job postings, impersonating real companies, even going as far as setting up fake video calls on platforms like MiroTalk or freeconference.com.
And that's what makes it so effective. They're preying on people's hopes and aspirations, exploiting the natural desire to land a great job. It's social engineering at its finest, or should I say, its worst.
So what can we do about it? What's the takeaway for our listeners, many of whom are probably in the tech industry themselves?
Well, the first step is awareness. Knowing this type of attack is out there is half the battle.
Right. Don't let your guard down, even if you think you're tech savvy.
Absolutely. Double check those job postings, scrutinize the emails, and if anything feels off about the company or the interview process, trust your gut.
And if you think you've encountered something suspicious, report it. Don't just ignore it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because even if it turns out to be nothing, it's always better to err on the side of caution. You might just prevent yourself or someone else from becoming the next victim.
Great advice. This whole thing is a stark reminder that in our digital world, security awareness is everyone's responsibility. Yeah. And it makes you wonder, how much has this contagious interview campaign already impacted the tech industry? Something to think about.